These were the golden girls of the golden age.
Do you think she's handsomely paid?
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 era-defining actresses, Classic Edition. For this list, we've looked at actresses that were especially successful and influential within the classic era.
Morris, if you cannot be honest with me, we shall have nothing more to say to each other.
For the purposes of our countdown, we are defining the classic era as the years between 1930 and 1969. This is part of a series of videos on era-defining actresses through the ages.
What I live for.
Number 10, Rita Hayworth.
But since humanity discovered vanity, we only know the show must go on.
Our first actress found fame by playing the exotic foreigner at the beginning of her career, before landing lead roles aplenty in the 1940s.
Hello! How do you do?
Rita Hayworth was a real Second World War sweetheart. With CoverGirl in '44, she covered herself in glory, and with Gilda in '46, she garnered yet more praise.
Remember me? I'm Gilda, your wife.
She played the scale between sweetness and seduction with apparent ease. And when she married Prince Ali Khan in '49, she became Hollywood's first ever princess. She really was acting royalty. Number 9, Julie Andrews.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
A star of the stage who swiftly and sensationally became a star of the screen, Julie Andrews cemented her spot in cinematic history in the early 60s. She declined the offer to star as Mary Poppins originally due to pregnancy. But so perfect for the part did Disney believe her to be, they waited until she was available to make the movie.
For a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
The rest is record-breaking history that earned Andrews an Oscar. With The Sound of Music the following year, here was a woman who really knew how to act.
Silver white winters that melt into spring. These are a few of my favorite things.
Number 8, Judy Garland.
Hello, everybody.
Sometimes child stardom doesn't lead to adult success, but sometimes it does. And for Judy Garland, it did big time.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Known in Hollywood as the greatest entertainer who ever lived, Garland's gift lay in her versatility. She could sing, she could dance, she could act, which led to her winning a Golden Globe and 2 Grammys, as well as her nominations for Oscars and Emmys.
'Cause I love you and love you true, and if you love me.
A one-hit wonder she certainly was not, but she will forever be remembered for one film in particular.
There's no place like home.
There's no place like home, and there's no one like Miss Garland. Number 7, Elizabeth Taylor. One of the most glamorous girls to ever appear on screen, Liz Taylor triumphed relentlessly when it came to making movies.
Sure, I got the world by the tail.
With National Velvet in 1944, the style icon scored her first big success. And with Butterfield 8 in 1960, she secured her first Academy Award.
Have you ever stopped to think that perhaps you bring out the wildness in me?
A second statuette would follow for a role that Taylor herself was especially proud of in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
I'm loud, and I'm vulgar, and I wear the pants in the house because somebody's got to. But I am not a monster. I'm not!
A legendary love life and a liking for jewels add to her lasting legacy, as Taylor proved a great actress and a great character.
I am Isis. I am worshipped by millions who believe it.
Number 6, Vivien Leigh.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
One of England's greatest ever exports, Vivien Leigh was destined for the camera by the age of 3.
And God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again.
She first took to the stage to recite Little Bo Peep for her mother's amateur theater group, and a little over 20 years later, she was Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind.
Sir, you are no gentleman.
And you, miss, are no lady.
Famous for playing the Southern Belle, she won an Oscar as O'Hara and as Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire.
You must be Stanley. I'm Blanche.
Off-screen, she battled illness and depression, as a sometimes tragic personal life ran parallel to an always terrific professional one.
After all, tomorrow is another day.
Number 5. Marilyn Monroe.
You might not marry a girl just because she's pretty, but my goodness, doesn't it help?
An icon if ever there was one, Marilyn Monroe was also a mighty fine actress.
Isn't it delicious?
Her playful nature and flirtatious behavior translated to film fantastically.
Yes, when it's hot like this, you know what I do? I keep my undies in the icebox.
The original blonde bombshell, her first especially big break came with Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, and her singing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
But diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Then followed There's No Business Like Show Business and Some Like It Hot.
That's very interesting.
Like Leigh, Monroe's personal difficulties matched her on-screen dominance. But class is permanent, and this lady had a lot of that.
But first I want to kiss you goodbye.
Very well.
No, not in front of everybody. Come on in, Daddy, darling.
Number 4. Bette Davis.
What did you say?
A prolific performer, Bette Davis notched up over 100 film, theater, and TV credits within her career, and is quite rightly regarded as one of the best actresses to have ever lived.
Last night was beautiful. Will always be beautiful. And now that it's over.
In terms of Academy Awards, she won 2 and was nominated for 10.
How cozy.
The first person to reach double-figure nominations, Davis was never too far away from the top of her game.
Whatever you might do, I can do more. 'Cause I know how to fight better than you.
An actress who continued working into her old age. With no sense of hyperbole, do we remember Davis as a legend.
I have beautiful hair. I've always had beautiful hair.
Number 3. Ingrid Bergman. This Swedish superstar scooped almost every award possible within her career.
Kiss me as if it were the last time.
3 Oscars, 4 Golden Globes, 2 Emmys, and a Tony. Ingrid Bergman was simply brilliant.
Who are you really, and what were you before? What did you do, and what did you think, huh?
We said no questions.
A notably conscientious performer, she is perhaps most well known for her role as Ilsa Lund in Casablanca.
You're very kind.
However, it was for Gaslight, Anastasia, and Murder on the Orient Express that she secured Oscar wins.
I was born backwards. That is why I work in Africa as missionary.
One of the most successful actresses of all time. She's one of the most well-remembered and well-respected as well.
But what about us?
We'll always have Paris.
Number 2. Katharine Hepburn.
You're quite a girl, aren't you?
You think?
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Professor. I don't think I'm exceptional.
You are, then.
I know in a number like me, you ought to get around more.
The actress to win more Academy Awards than Bergman is our runner-up.
My Richard is the next king, not your John.
An opinionated, independent, and ambitious woman, Hepburn proved a leading lady in Hollywood for over 60 years.
We're at the far edge of middle age, that's all.
We're not, you know. We're not middle-aged. You're old, and I'm ancient.
Oh, pooh.
And her ambitions were fantastically fulfilled. With successes too lengthy to list effectively, Hepburn's career is especially impressive because of the versatility that she demonstrated.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Comedy, drama, history, or mystery, Katharine could do them all.
I'm not afraid of being just a morning glory. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Only one could come close to her talent. Our number 1.
We told her it was wrong to believe that the white people were somehow essentially superior to the black people. Or the brown or the red or the yellow ones, for that matter.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
You can call me up and I'll come down when I grow up.
You're here and I'm here with your heart and my heart.
Tell your boss. You wake up.
Well, I'm glad I asked you to take me home.
So am I.
Shall we go now?
Uh-huh.
hear what my heart is saying. It's love.
Number 1. Audrey Hepburn. Boasting a back catalog of iconic films like she does, Audrey Hepburn has narrowly defeated Katharine.
But there's no ribbon in it.
One of the most naturally beautiful women of all time. Roles in Roman Holiday, Charade, Breakfast at Tiffany's, and My Fair Lady, among many others, have Hepburn placed at the top of this tree.
Lovely.
With an accent at once sweet, sexy, and sophisticated, and a manner at once commanding and cute, Audrey Hepburn was the perfect combination.
Will you help me get undressed, please?
Hollywood has seen no one like her since, nor are we ever likely to in the future.
Good night.
Do you agree with our list?
Don't you try to get around me.
Which actress from the 1930s to the 1960s is your favorite?
Guess I'd better start setting up for dinner.
For more classic top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
I quite agree.